What's up, guys? Welcome to This Week in the NFL. Week 9 is our Week 9 preview. Second half of the year officially started. We are tied on overall record, and this week we got 3 picks different.
Yep.
I have the Steelers. You have the Colts. I have the Ravens. You got the Patriots, and then I have Tennessee, and you have Carolina. How you feeling about those 3?
I'm feeling pretty confident about all of them, to be honest. The Colts have been looking pretty good this year. New England's obviously tearing everybody in the league up. But it still should be a really good game. And then I think Carolina will be able to rebound from their embarrassing loss last week.
Yeah, that is definitely true about Carolina. Is they got to come out and kind of show people some stuff after that last week. But the Steelers and the Colts. I could see that going either way. Steelers are at home. Same with the Ravens, but I really do think the Ravens will lose. But I still, it's at home. Lamar Jackson's been surprising me. I didn't think he'd beat the Seahawks at home.
Yeah.
So it's always possible. But moving right into one of our games of the week this week, I chose Bears-Eagles. These are 2 teams that I thought were going to be really good at the beginning of the year. I had them both as playoff teams. I mentioned it, but Eagles in the Super Bowl, Bears winning the NFC North, and they've both kind of underachieved so far. The Bears, obviously, that heartbreaking loss to the Chargers last week, 41-yard missed field goal, all the stuff with Matt Nagy, where did the kicker want it, where didn't he want it. If they come out here flat against the Eagles, so the Eagles are at home, I think, and they lose this, I think the Bears are pretty done. I mean, and honestly, I almost, if the Bears do win, then I'm worried about the Eagles again. So, for my picks, I'd probably rather have the Eagles win, and I think the Eagles will win, but the Bears are in trouble.
Their offense just doesn't look good at all. I mean, I'm sure Chicago fans are having nightmares about that missed kick again, bringing up some bad memories, but they just got to fix that offense. Mitch Trubisky does not look that good.
He just stinks.
Obviously, the defense is usually doing their thing, but they can only do so much when the offense isn't putting up any points. So
yeah, I agree with that.
Moving on to my game of the week is actually Patriots-Ravens. This is going to be a huge game for both teams in Baltimore on Sunday night. I'm going to be curious to see how Bill Belichick prepares for Lamar, if he's going to let him run it all or if he's going to try and contain him and force him to throw, knowing that he's not as good of a thrower as he is a runner, obviously. And then I'll be curious just to see how the Ravens game plan for the Patriots defense. Because, that is just going to be a good game.
Yeah. I think if you're Bill Belichick, you want him to throw the ball down the field as much as possible. Because you got Gilmore, you got the McCourties. He wants, I'm not positive, but I think they're going to come to this game saying they're going to tell Lamar, beat us with your arm. We'll see if he can do it, and that's why I think it'll be such a good game, too. But my other game of the week is 2 teams that I thought were going to be pretty middling teams, and they both are pretty middling teams. We got Titans-Panthers. We mentioned them at the top because we got the pick different, but both these teams, I don't really know what we got here. We got Kyle Allen versus Ryan Tannehill, so what kind of quarterback matchup is that? If you told me at the beginning of the year we'd be getting Ryan Tannehill versus Kyle Allen, I would say who for Kyle Allen probably. But Panthers, I believe, are 4-3. Titans are 4-4. So both teams they're middling teams, but this game for each of them might decide whether they're trending towards the top 10 or towards the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I would like to think that the Panthers are going to get the win. Both teams are pretty similar, as in they have good defenses, specifically front sevens, and then their offenses are so-so. But I think Christian McCaffrey is really the X factor here. So I could see the Panthers winning, even though I picked the Titans.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it'll definitely depend on how Kyle Allen rebounds, too, because he has roughest game to date so far.
Can't throw 3 picks again.
Yeah, so he'll be going up against another good defense, so we'll have to see how he responds. But moving on to my second game, 2 more AFC South opponents, Jaguars versus Texans over in London. This game is really interesting to me because the Jags are sitting at 4-4 right now, and the Texans are at 5-3. So pretty much the winner of this game will be positioned in second place in the South behind the Colts. And it'll just be fighting for more playoff seeding too, because they're both trying to get in there. Garner's been playing really well too. It's been a huge surprise. 13 touchdowns, 2 picks. I'm going to be curious to see how the Texans defense plays without J.J. Watt, if they're going to be able to pressure Garner as much. And it'll just be a really good one.
Yeah, because that AFC South is tight right now.
It is.
I mean,
we got the Titans too at 4-4.
The worst teams are the Jaguars and the Titans tied at 4-4. So I mean, that's a pretty good division.
Yep.
The AFC North has 3 teams worse than 4-4.
Yeah.
So I mean, there you go right there. But Moving on to our college games of the week. My college game of the week, a little bit of a different one. Two teams I would not have been expecting to be picking for my college game of the week. We got number 15 SMU versus number 24 Memphis. SMU is one of the few undefeated teams in the country, so that's, definitely, once again, just not something I'd expected.
Yeah.
Conference USA teams, both of them. I don't really know a whole lot about these teams. I know SMU's quarterback is the Texas transfer from before Ellinger, Shane Buchaleli, something like that. I'm not exactly sure how to say it. But, it'll be an interesting game because if SMU finishes the season undefeated like UCF would, they're not going to get into the playoff, but, there will be that conversation about if we're still leaving undefeated teams out, we should probably expand it.
Yeah, they'll probably end up being like one of those New Year's Six teams and throw them in like the Peach Bowl against some SEC team.
Yeah, and then that's also why I'm interested to watch this game. Not very often you get two Conference USA teams ranked against each other. Mm-hmm. So, I don't really watch these teams ever, so it'll be interesting.
Oh, definitely. College Game Day's making the trip over there, so...
Yeah, which... Second straight week.
Pretty interesting to them too.
A little more out of the way place.
Moving over into my game of the week, we have number 8 Georgia against number 6 Florida in their yearly clash. Heated rivals. They're both coming off a bye week, so they've had an extra week to get ready for each other. Both of these teams are in the SEC East, so the winner of this game will take sole possession of the lead in the SEC East. Losers probably going to be eliminated from playoff contention if they haven't been already.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Florida, coming off their last game they played, won a close game against South Carolina, which obviously Georgia lost to. And then the following week, Georgia had a really sloppy game against Kentucky. It was a downpour, but Jake Fromm was 9 for 12 for 35 yards, which we had talked about.
Yeah, no TDs, no picks.
When that happened. Yeah, just awful game. Jake Fromm hasn't looked that good the last couple games. So I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to bounce back against a pretty good Florida defense. Somebody that I'm going to keep an eye out for is Andrew Thomas, the left tackle out of Georgia. I've seen him in the top 10 in recent mock drafts, with the Giants actually taking him in the most recent one I've seen. So I'm going to be curious to see how he performs against this Florida defense.
Yeah, and Florida has some good edge rushers too.
They do.
So that'll definitely be a good test. Another good test for Georgia. I'm not sold on Georgia. I could see Florida coming in and kind of surprising them out here.
I kind of, just based off how Georgia's been playing, I can definitely see Florida coming in and taking this one.
They just don't feel as scary as they have in past years. I don't know. Obviously the loss to South Carolina contributes to that, but they beat Kentucky 21-0 and it was 0-0 at halftime.
And Kentucky's a bottom feeder team. So.
They are, especially in that, considering they're in the SEC.
Yeah.
But with that, guys, moving on to our total locks of the week. We both keep going 1-1, so hopefully one of us goes 2-0 this week.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling pretty good about mine. My first one, I got Browns -3 versus the Brandon Allen-led Broncos. So Joe Flacco, done for the year. Brandon Allen, I have to believe his first career start.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where else he would have started.
Yeah, there's nowhere else he would have started. Young guy from Arkansas. So, I think, if the Browns lose this game, they're in trouble.
Oh,
they are, this is kind of like, if the Browns lose this game, their season might as well be over.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is about as they're 2-5. They need this win. -3 is easy. They will hopefully the defense shows up and they just take care of business and it's easy.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
We will see. My first pick, I have Packers -3.5 at the Chargers in LA. I like this just because the Chargers have seemed to choke away every game they've played so much so far this year.
That's fair.
On the other hand, the Packers have looked really good. They played pretty well against the Chiefs last Sunday. And so I'm just going to keep betting on them until they lose, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just ride the Packers out. They're 7-1 right now. I would not be scared of the Chargers.
Yeah.
And then my other pick is going to be Patriots -3.5. I'm probably going to wait till right before, see if I can get it at -3. But my guess would be is that most of the money is going to go on the Patriots, so it'll go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've mentioned this game for the third time now, I think it's going to be a really good game, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the Ravens can hang around. I think it's possible that they, out of the teams that could beat the Patriots, I could see the Ravens doing it, but I don't think it's likely.
Yeah. I think it'd take Lamar having a good day throwing the ball.
I still am going to trust this Patriots defense that has looked out of this world.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a weakness in the defense yet. So until I see that, I'm going to assume they're going to keep winning.
Oh,
and
yeah.
3.5, once again, not that much to give. Patriots win this game by a touchdown. I can easily see it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Moving on to my second pick, I have the Jaguars plus 1.5 over in London against the Texans, like I talked about earlier. Did pick the Texans to win this game in my predictions, but I really like how Garner's been playing this year, and I really think that not having J.J. Watt's going to make a difference. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, because it's J.J. Watt. But I think that they can actually come in here and get the win. But we'll see. It's a -1.5 spread, so it's still a pretty close game, which is why I can definitely see them coming out with this one.
Yeah, and I could even see the Texans winning by 1.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I could see this being like a back and forth game where the Texans kick a field goal to win it or something, and you still cover or something. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think Gardner Minshew mania is real.
Continues.
I also think the Texans will get this game, but. Jaguars definitely have a good chance to upset.
Oh, for sure.
And the odds will probably be pretty good on that if you wanted the money line too. Mm-hmm. So that's always nice. But with that, guys, that is our Week 9 preview. Second half of the year, things are starting to heat up for playoff race wise. Like as I said with like Carolina, Tennessee, it gets to the point where you lose that critical game. It's the difference
you might not
between
be able to get it back.
It's the difference between picking in the top 15 and going to the playoffs.
Yep.
So. We'll see you guys next week with our Week 9 recap, and be sure to like and subscribe.
Yep,
see you guys.